In this video tip, we will look at the features of the gradebook. The gradebook offers powerful sorting and organization options, as well as some customization options.
Your gradebook setup is predicated on the decisions you make as you set up your assignments. For example, I have one assignment group and it's point-based, it's not weighted, and this is reflected in my gradebook. However, if I add more assignment groups and weight my gradebook, you will see the changes you've made here reflected in the gradebook.
At the top left of the gradebook page, you'll see menu items in a drop-down for the gradebook, where you can view the traditional gradebook, an individual gradebook, or gradebook history. The traditional gradebook shows all students in the class and all of the columns you have selected to see in the gradebook. The individual gradebook allows for sorting to dig into specific sections, sort by specific assignments, or other features. If you have selected a specific section, it will filter out to students only in that section, and you can then choose a student from that section. And you can look at a specific assignment for that student. You can look at submission details, and you'll receive additional information based on the parameters that you set. You can change these parameters at any time to continue looking at different students. You can click the same drop-down menu to transition back to the traditional gradebook, or you can look at gradebook history. The gradebook history page will show you an overview of the assignments and the grades that were given. You can also search by a specific student. So if I wanted to know what grades I was giving Kuzco, I could see my grading history for the specific student. Instead of looking at the student, I might decide that I want to look for a specific assignment. And you can just remove information from all of these filter blocks and refilter to get all of the information back again. So now I'm going to go back to the traditional gradebook, because the traditional gradebook is where you will see your filter options, your search areas, and your additional gradebook settings that we are going to talk about more in this video. If you like to keep track of your gradebook outside of MyClasses, you may choose to export your gradebook. You can export with current gradebook view if you have applied filters, or the entire gradebook where you can see everything regardless of what you're looking at in MyClasses at this time. If you enter grades in an Excel spreadsheet outside of the gradebook, you can also import that Excel spreadsheet to bring them back in. The settings icon in the top right of the gradebook page allows you to set up late policies, a grade posting policy, as well as to add a gradebook override column found under the advanced column, and to designate your view options in the gradebook. Please see our video tip to learn more about setting up missing and late submission policies. I do want to change my grade posting policy. The default grade posting policy is that whenever you enter a grade and post comments, it's automatically posted to students. Students can see it and they receive a notification immediately. If I manually post grades, every assignment, grade, and comment is unpublished until I manually post the grades. So the grades will be hidden by default, and this applies to the entire gradebook. You will see that there's a change in the gradebook where all of the assignments now have the word manual next to it to identify that the grades will now have to be manually pushed out for students to see their feedback and grades. However, if I have applied the manual grade posting policy to all of my assignments, but I have some knowledge check quizzes that I want students to be able to see their grades instantly, or I have my roll call attendance where I want them to see the grade every time I update it, I can click the kabob menu, or the 3 vertical dots, next to the assignment name, and I can adjust the grade posting policy on just this assignment. For more detailed information, please see our video tip about the manual and automatic posting policy. You can use the Advanced tab to allow final grade override. This allows you to manually change a student's final grade in the course. This is useful if you have an attendance policy that impacts the final grade. So for example, if students drop a letter grade, if they missed X amount of classes, you can enable this allow final grade override column in the gradebook that will allow you to update the total. So if Kronk got an 80% in the class, but due to his attendance, he's losing 5% of his overall grade, I can update his grade to be a 75%, taking into account those attendance points that were lost. In the View Options tab, there's an Arrange By drop-down menu that allows you to reorganize the columns in the gradebook based on assignment name, due date, points, or module location. The default order is the order the assignments were created in, or the order by which you manually arranged them.
You can click and drag to reorder the assignments in your gradebook. You can also move the total column with a student's final grade For example, if you want to see the final grade before you see the breakdown of the assignment groups, or you can move the total column to the front so that the student's grade is right next to their name.
Below your options to arrange or rearrange your assignments in your gradebook are options for what you would like to show in your gradebook. For example, my notes column is enabled with a check mark. So I have a notes column where I can update information about students throughout the course. But I can always come back to view options and uncheck to hide notes from the gradebook. Even though the notes column is now hidden, if I come back to the settings and I recheck the notes column and apply my settings, the column will repopulate with the notes that I have already taken in them. You can also hide or unhide unpublished assignments. You can also split student names. You may use this option if you are exporting an Excel spreadsheet to make it easier to sort by first name or last name. And you can also hide assignment group totals or hide the total and override columns in your view. You can come back and change these at any time. Additionally, you have the option to choose status colors that impact the cells in the gradebook to indicate late, missing, resubmitted, dropped, or excused assignments. If you click on the edit icon for any of these statuses, you can choose which color you would like the gradebook cell to show to indicate a late submission, a missing submission, an excused submission, and you can choose to skip and not see certain statuses. And in this case, I'll skip resubmitted and dropped assignments. You can also come back and change the indicator color, or you may decide that you no longer need to see excused assignments called out in the gradebook, in which case you can choose to no longer shade the cell to indicate a specific status. The Apply Filters button allows you to filter the gradebook with several filter presets. Filters allow you to view assignments by modules, assignment groups, student groups, statuses, submissions, and start and end dates. When a filter option is selected, the filter menu displays at the top of the gradebook. Multiple filters can be used at the same time. Currently, when selecting a filter, the filter remains with the last viewed selection. For instance, if you have applied 2 filters to your gradebook, and then you go back to look at the homepage of your course, maybe you add a new assignment, and you come back to your gradebook, those filter options will persist. To repopulate the gradebook with assignments outside of these filters, you can X out or close out the filter, or you can click the Filters drop-down menu and then uncheck the filter that you've selected. You will also have the option to search for student names in your gradebook or assignment names. This is particularly useful if you have a large section with many students or many assignments. Ultimately, filters can be a powerful tool to quickly find assignments that you're searching for. Additionally, in the gradebook, each student submission includes a grade detail tray. If you click on a gradebook cell, a More Details icon will appear. Click the icon, and the Grade Details tray will expand within the same page, where you can view and update details about the student's grade for that assignment. You can adjust settings on each student's individual submission and leave comments for that student. You can also use quick links in this tray if you want to go directly to the speed grader in the assignment, if you want to look at the assignment details, or if you want to look at that student's progress in the course. If you do have manual grades in the gradebook and you're ready to post grades, you can click on the kabob menu for the assignment to get to the post grades option. Again, review the video tip on manual posting policy for more details about automatic and manual posting of grades. You can also use this menu to set a default grade for each assignment. For example, let me go to the final exam essay question, where half of my students have submitted and the other half have not. I can use the kabob menu and set default grade to give everyone who hasn't submitted an assignment a 0. This is particularly useful if I have not set the missing posting policy in my course. I will add a 0 in out of 60, and then I'll set default grade. A pop-up will notify me that 5 scores were updated, and all of the students who had not submitted an assignment or did not receive a grade now has a 0 for that assignment. In the kabob menu, you can also sort the assignment by who's missing assignments, who submitted late, and you can also sort by who's got a low grade, who's got a high grade, who's been excused from the assignment, or who has an unposted assignment. You can use this menu to quickly jump to SpeedGrader to start giving grades and feedback to students.
You can also choose to grade based on points or percentage for any assignment.
And Message Students Who allows you to send messages to students based around this particular assignment. So I'll switch over to Turn It In and message students who have not yet submitted. You'll see that it's telling me 6 students haven't submitted. If I want to know who those students are, I can expand to show all recipients. And maybe I already talked with Pacha. We've already established that he's going to submit it 2 days late. I can remove Pacha from this group and still message everyone else who has not yet submitted. You can add attachments for these students, or you can record an audio or video comment. When you press send, it will send an individual message to each student so they will not know who else received the message. Any messages that you send through the system will also be shown in your outbox in Canvas. Thank you for watching this video tip about the gradebook. For more information, please review the following guides.